millions of people use ChatGPT. But how many people can say that they use ChatGPT and then they went and made quick six figures in a span of, say, 30 days? So it's not even about the ideas, because the ideas are available to everyone. It's ideas to implementation. How fast do you learn something? And then how fast do you go and put speed and urgency into that?
What's up, everyone? This is Sahil here, and welcome to the Sahil Sahgal Show, where I'm gonna be interviewing some crazy entrepreneurs out there who started from scratch with no experience, resources, and connections, and then later on became unstoppable and dominating figures in their respective businesses. We're gonna dive deep into the mindset of these super successful entrepreneurs to find out how they did it and how you can model it too. It's time to pick their brains and uncover all the strategies and tactics which these entrepreneurs use to scale their businesses from nowhere to multiple 6, 7, and 8 figures. Welcome to the Sahil Sahgal Show. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sahil Sahgal Show, where we interview some unstoppable entrepreneurs who are dominating figures in their businesses. Sahil here, back again with an awesome, insane guest. Our today's guest is really special and awesome. He's the founder and CEO of wealthacademy.com and funnels.com, a 2CCC award winner, known as the backpack millionaire for traveling over 100 countries and running a 8-figure business, soon to be 9 figures very soon. He and his team has hosted over 150 plus live events all over the world. He has quickly become the go-to authority in the areas of high ticket selling, digital publishing, live events, seminars, email marketing, sales funnels, webinars, and whatnot. Without any further ado, let's welcome Shaqir Hussyin to our show today.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, man. How about you?
Good, really good. Really appreciate you having me here. I didn't want the bio to go on for too long.
You deserve it, man. You earned it. Your journey is really
I
amazing. Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. It's a pleasure and honor to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for
let's
having me.
do it. Yeah, I want to know curious to know about your crazy journey. How did it get start, and when were you exactly bitten by this entrepreneurial bug?
Yeah, so long story short, I was probably around 14, 15 years old when I started learning about selling online, selling on eBay, coming across, people. Back then it was, I started on eBay. That's where I got my marketing and selling chops from. And I realized, if I can tweak a few things here and there, if I can tweak the copy, at the time I didn't know the copy. I just thought this is how you present something, right? Like if I could tweak a few things, it could make a dramatic difference. And so I got my early start on eBay, and then when I went to school, college, tried university for a couple of years, dropped out, and I was 21 years old when I got introduced to digital marketing. By that time, I understood the power of how to get lots of people or the right people to come to you and buy your products and services. And, I went all in. And in my first year, I think the first few, I was started back in 2009. So that year, I must have made like $15,000. But my first full year online marketing, I made $120,000. And for me, that was like, whoa, it was like, 10 grand a month. And then the next year, it went to 275K. Then it went to $1.2 million. And I saw the jump as well, right? Like I saw, wow, you can make 200 grand 1 year, then you can make 1 million the next year. And then it kept doubling, and growing. And by the time I was 30 years old, I generated over $30 million selling courses, coaching programs, mastermind programs, putting on live events, and the whole shebang. And so that's been my focus. And then my current focus now is still growing the Wealth Academy brand and then having funnels.com. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You started at 21. You said that must be like a decade ago now.
Yes, that was a decade ago. I was 21, and now I'm 34. So that is 13 years ago. Wow.
Wow, man. And
13 years ago.
yeah, you said you hit that $120,000 at 21 at that time in the first year.
Yeah, I was 21, 22. But basically, I think when I was 23 when I made my first $1 million.
Ah. How was the space at that time? I'm curious to know because I don't think so. There was any like this social media thing a lot over during that time.
No, there was. I mean, Facebook was around. I remember the guys at the top, the guys were the gurus at the time, were people like Anik Singhal, Russell Brunson, there wasn't that many people that are still around, dude. Most people they just fell off. They just fell off
Mhm.
and never. You probably won't even know who they are. How long have you been in this space for?
Just like 3 years. I started in COVID.
Oh wow, so you're very new. Yeah, you're very new.
Yeah.
You're very new.
Yeah.
Who else would you know? Dan Henry.
Like,
None of these guys were around. Most
no.
most people weren't around. No, it's
Yeah.
very few.
Yeah. We interviewed like couple of Mark Joyner. We interviewed. That was like
Okay,
a
he was
Russell.
around. He was around. He was
Yeah.
around back when I started.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Todd Brown. We
he was.
interviewed even. So that guy, of
Yeah,
course, would be around. Couple of
Dan
names I
Kennedy
know.
was around. Yeah, those
Yep.
guys. Yeah, who else did you interview?
Uh, Dan Kennedy, Todd Brown, Mark Joyner, Tom Shipley. We did. He was also, I think, yeah, it's been doing from decades. Tanner, I don't know. Tanner Chidester, I'm not sure
The
if he
new,
was around.
his new guy. Jeremy
Yeah.
Minor was around. There's very few people that are still around that started from back then.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And there are very few now who are just continued their journey. So how was
Oh,
the whole? What is the, I would say, ask this question better. It's like, what were the transitions that you see in the last 13 to 14 years in the whole digital marketing space?
so when I got started, I was again. It's like you learn from your mentors, right? So like my mentors at the time taught me email marketing was king, which it still is to some extent. But
Mm-hmm.
what would you rather have? A million email followers, email subs. I take I take YouTube subscribers, right? Because it's just like the reach over 1.5 million subscribers. So these were email subscribers through a lot of them came from my own stuff, maybe 750, 800,000. And then the rest came from acquisitions. And I'd bought like two, three other companies in the space and I acquired their lists as well. So that really grew my online businesses and brands really, really fast through acquisitions. Dang, that was like when I was 27, 26 years old. So that was a while ago. So that I'd say the big transition now is one, video marketing, because just like endless content, dude. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one. That this is why I'm like, okay, I'm going all in on video. Starting earlier this year, that's why I published lots of reels and all sorts of stuff. So that's one. Number two, the direct response marketing, it hasn't the principles haven't changed, right? So I'm
Yep.
still making X amount of money from my content, for my YouTube, for my email list, because I understand direct response marketing. So making
Mm-hmm.
sure that there's always an offer, making sure that there's a call to action, making sure that my content is positioning, it's promoting myself, is the stuff that's always there. Those things haven't changed. Um, I started with selling high ticket offers. In the beginning, I did probably for a few months, I did ClickBank, which is low ticket marketing. And then I transitioned into a high ticket marketing. So that hasn't changed. People are still spending $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 to buy courses and coaching programs and masterminds. And so that part hasn't changed, which I still enjoy. What else? Now there's a lot more people doing it. When I was
Mm-hmm.
doing it, Sahil, there wasn't a lot of people doing it. Now it's like everyone you speak to, everyone's making money online. Everyone's got a whatever $50,000 a month business or a $500,000 per month business. Back then, there was very few people doing it, especially where I'm from in the UK. There wasn't many people at that time.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you got an opportunity almost right on the time at that time before it became saturated. Well, I
Yes,
have a
yes.
follow-up
And
question. That,
timing is very important. Timing and
yeah.
trend riding. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't understand this part, but this is, I'd say, a lot of the reason why I was somewhat successful is because of timing, right? It was much more easy. And my dad would always say to me as well. He would say, it's so easy for you to make money. There's going to be a time where there's going to be kids from India and Bangladesh and Pakistan. They're going to be on it. And where are you based?
I'm in Canada, but
Canada. Where are
background
you
is
from
India.
originally?
India.
India, right?
Yeah.
India. Okay. Yeah, back then, dude, like there was no. It was like Alex Singal and me were like
Yeah.
the two brown guys. Yeah, very few people were around. It's crazy when I think about it.
Absolutely. You guys are inspiration, man, till date, like what you are doing and what you have done. I'm curious to know about this follow up question coming in my mind. So you jump into the right time, you got the opportunity, but how are you planning to take advantage of this upcoming opportunity? Let's take an example of AI now. It's in
Yeah.
boom and everyone is getting it, making content around it. What's your plan around it?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw ChatGPT launch. The first month it launched, I was like, this is crazy. How do I make money from this? Like I always ask myself, how do I make money from this? And I have an open mind. This is what got me early into affiliate marketing, into high ticket marketing, even into crypto. It's like, sure, I can have some skepticism, but what happens if I, you know, also have an open mind and actually try it
Mhm.
out? So as soon as ChatGPT launched, I was like, this is really cool. How do I make money from it? I was like, okay, what's the challenge my customers go through? My customers go through, one of the challenges that they go through is they don't have confidence to get on camera. They don't know how to make videos. They don't know how to script videos. I'm like, okay, cool. What if I host a workshop for 7 to 10 people, charge $7,500 to $15,000 each, get them to fly over into London, and then sit them down for like 3, 4 days and do a live event. And that's exactly what I did. And I think we made around $75,000 profit from that one campaign. And I literally got my video guy. I said, here's the prompts, go into ChatGPT, come up with these scripts. So he comes up with like 100 video scripts. He prints them, puts them in a binder. We host a 3-day event. So if you think about it, we did like say 75K, a few upsells. I think all in all, it was like $100,000 from that campaign. Yeah, more than 100K, but let's just say 100K. What happens if I rinse and repeat that process every single month for one whole year? That's a $1.2 million per year business.
Right.
And yeah, sure, the first event or the second event, it will take some of my time, but after that, I don't have to be there. I could have a trainer teach the whole 3-day event.
Mm,
And then what we did is we rented it 2 rooms. In one room, we had the uh, the core event, and then the next room, people would go in, and they would literally use one of my TVs
yeah.
like this camera, lights, and they would shoot their videos. And that so think about it. I like lots of people, millions of people use ChatGPT,
Mm.
right? But how many people can say that they use ChatGPT and then they went and made quick 6 figures in a span of say 30 days? So it's not even about the ideas, because the ideas are available to everyone. It's ideas to implementation. How fast do you learn something? And then how fast do you go and put speed and urgency into that? And
Mm.
if you can shorten the gap, speed of implementation from idea into implementation, that's what will always put you in the top 1%, because very few people will ever do that. And so I'm now planning to announce my second event again in London. We're going to charge $7,500 for 3 days, and we're doing the same thing. This time I'm planning to get 10 to 15 people in the room.
That's smart, man. I'm thinking people are paying $7,500 for a 3-day event to be there. That's
Yeah,
amazing, man.
100%. I mean, I
Ah,
used to do events where it was $25,000 for 3 days, 3-day workshops. I sold them all over the world.
that's impressive.
Yeah,
That's good, man. You're taking the advantage of it right there, and that's good. And love the part where
yeah,
you mention about that. It's more of implementation rather than learning and all that stuff. That's
yeah,
cool. Yeah, yeah. So, like right now, what you said over there is like you want to leverage it or outsource it to your team as well, and the team can take over it. And you have built, I know, you have built a business traveling around the world. You there is a even that blackboard, something like a small backpack millionaire. It says at the back of you.
yeah.
So, how you were able to create a team culture that works without you being a part of the game
Yeah.
most of the time?
So in my 20s, I think I was around 27, 28 years old. I had a team of around 50 people, had around 15, 20 people for my events business, and then the rest were for my online business. And how I built it was I had a vision for everyone to see. Wealth Academy want to basically dominate online education space. Schools, colleges, universities have failed the average person. They don't know how to make 50K, 100K a year, or they
Mm,
don't make that. Okay. Wealth Academy will create education, training programs, certifications, digital courses, workshops, live events, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to basically help people. And it was on the same principles that I use to become what I would call myself at the time, backpack millionaire. You know, I built a multi-million-dollar business. I was traveling around the world, mid-20s, early 20s. And then I came across this idea I should create a wealth academy. And I built that business to doing about $1 million a month at the age of 28. Yeah. And how I did that was I found a need in the marketplace. I saw there was a problem. People and you want to see as well from what I've experienced is you want to go where the money is easy. So this is like something that I always use as an unfair advantage. I don't want to do something that's going to be I'm fighting uphill, right? So it's like
Mm.
if someone else is already doing it, is there a ripple effect that's there that I can go and cash in on? So for example, like ChatGPT. I didn't have to invent ChatGPT to make money from ChatGPT. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
It does.
So when I launched Wealth Academy, I saw there was other companies in the space doing this already. And I was like, wow,
Mm.
like these guys are making literally, this was my thought. I was like, wow, these guys are making 5 million, $10 million a month. What if I could do that and I could make, I don't know, $1 million a month? And
Mm.
I did exactly that. I saw this, saw it, and I followed through and I capitalized on it. And then a few years back, I saw the rise of funnels. Now, I had purchased funnels.com domain probably the first month ClickFunnels had launched, right? So I
When
had
was it?
purchased,
Which year was it?
it's like 7, 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So I bought funnels.com and I bought salesfunnels.com. I bought
Mm.
salesfunnels.com for $5,000. I recently sold it to Russell Bunson for $1.3 million, just the
Wow.
domain name. And then I kept on to funnels.com and a few other domains. But I saw how that wave was going, right? Like everyone's talking about funnels. I'm like, okay, what's the easier, more profitable opportunity, which is funnels, right?
Hmm.
I don't have to educate the market. The market is already educated.
Yeah.
The pre-sold, the pre-motivated, the predisposed into buying funnels, learning about funnels. Okay, how do I position funnels.com? So then I found another need in the marketplace, coaches, consultants. They can learn about offers, they can learn about posting on social media, but they get stuck with the technical aspects, which is like
Mm.
90% of them. Okay, and they want it done for you. So then we created funnelsagency.com, right? And so it's I build these brands and these companies based on the need of the marketplace.
Mm. And then you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just took the
Yeah.
leverage or what is
Uh,
already
and
successful.
now I
Mm.
see because of like the last recession, during recession, like business opportunity offers, they do very well, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can see in the next say 12 months, everyone's already thinking this is the next recession is coming, doom and gloom, all of this stuff, right? So I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, what would work better, funnels or Wealth Academy? Wealth Academy. So now
Mm.
building Wealth Academy back in the marketplace, and instead of the offers being around me, Shaqir Hussyin, blah blah blah, it will be around me and lots of other experts. So
Mm.
then, Wealth Academy is going to publish multiple opportunities that's going to be recession friendly, recession proof. That's going to be based around the next 3 to 5 years.
Mm. And for people who are living under the rock and like don't not sure about this Wealth Academy, I remember I visited that page um, like 6 months ago or something. So if you want to give a walkthrough of it, who is it for? What how they can get benefit for
So
from the Wealth
funnels,
Academy?
so funnels usually targets people that are in business or they know what funnels is, right? Like if I said to you, "Hey, do you know what a funnel is?" Yes.
Hmm. Yeah,
So I don't have to somewhat sell you, but remember, funnels is overall is still a small part of the entire marketplace, right?
right.
So most people, say 95% of people in entrepreneurship, they want to just start a business. They want to quit their job. They want to learn new skills. That's what Wealth Academy is going to target.
So it's for B2C basically. Any nine to
Yeah,
five works. Anyone in the
yeah,
world can want
B2C.
to start their business.
Yeah, so it's going to
Uh,
be a mass market offer or offers.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's good, and
Yeah,
it's easy. Not, I would not say easy. It's simple to scale those when you have a B2C offer. Like the whole world is your market at the end of the day when you have
yeah,
this kind of offers.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
BTC market there. So funnels.com is going to focus on B2B businesses, business owners, coaches, consultants, etc. And then
yeah.
Wealth Academy is going to focus on B2C, the absolute newbie person. They want to develop high income skills. They want to get certified. They want to start a business. They're looking for their first, money making opportunity.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm seeing in the space as well. A lot of people are even moving from B2B to B2C. What's your point of view on that? Like, it's how do you see that the difference between both the B2B
Yeah,
and
so
B2C?
I have a very close friend of mine. His business makes a lot of money, uh, around $5 million a month, so about 50, $60 million a year. And he only targets B2C. And after spending like a lot of time with him, like a lot of time understanding his business model, his offers, the way he structures his team, it was very apparent. It was like it's because of the market. So sometimes you could be in the wrong market. And so, for example, if you're in the wrong market, it's much harder for you to succeed. If you change your market and if you change who you're speaking to, it could just be way more easier, if you know what I mean, to target them, to
Getting it.
convert them. And the key is to have mass market offers. So it's like, for example, my dad, he's in his 50s, right? If I went and told him, Dad, you know, funnels.com or wealthacademy.com, which one do you think is going to resonate with him more?
Wealth Academy.
Yeah, Wealth Academy. Like just from the get-go. So it's like,
Hmm.
because if I said funnels is a sub-segment of internet marketing of marketers that understand what it is. And then, whereas Wealth Academy is like Wealth Academy. Okay, I should go there if I want to learn about wealth creation.
Hmm. Got you. I have a selfish question I would say here right
Fire
now.
away, man. Fire away. Anything.
So it's like I reached to making we hit our 100K month in the I'm in the coaching space, so I'm helping freelancers, agency owners, and coaches as well. So I have a coaching program, this six-figure accelerator, and we help people to take to their first six figures. Now back in the mind, it's was keep running because I'm seeing the market shifting happening. Like I'm close, very close to my first seven figures, uh, and I'm seeing everyone is like shifting from B2B, B2C, and all that. Is there any prerequisite that I need to keep in mind, because it's keep on running in my mind? Should I go to the general audience like B2C 9 to 5 or
Basically, the
general?
general audience, just so you know, it's way more harder. So you have to be a skilled marketer. You have to be
Hmm.
somewhat of a skilled marketer because although you're going to have a big, massive audience to talk to, if you don't know how to convert somebody from cold to hot, then that's
Hmm.
going to be your challenge. But once you crack that challenge, that's the key that unlocks you from 7 to 8 figures and beyond. Right? You can make
Gotcha.
6 figures just by hustling, right? Like it's simple. Sell 10 people $10,000, right? Seven
Yep.
figures is just doubling down on that. Okay, find more of those people, double down, maybe add like 2 or 3 team members, you get yourself $1 million business. But the way to
Hmm.
really scale to 8 figures is having a cold traffic offer that converts to the mass market. Number two, you have to start building a team of marketers and salespeople. At 7 figures, you can just market your way. You can just be the one man show. You can run it. So if you're doing 100K months now, what will help you scale is those 2 to 3 things: having good operations people, having a team that can build on your vision, and you can kind of remove yourself. So that's what you have to do. You have to build a vision. You have
Hmm.
to hire really good people. Then you have to give them the resources that they can run with, and you have to get out of their way. When I was really scaling, and we are doing consistently 800K $1 million plus a month. That's what I did. I worked less in the business than ever before, right? Because I had systems, I had campaigns, I had promotions that were lined up that other people can run with.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds like I'm on a track. I'm building up SOP systems. That's what we are heavy on, like team culture, and everyone knows what they are doing. And operation side is absolutely a must side. So, cool, man. I got my answer. Thank you for
yeah,
answering that.
yeah. You're
Yeah.
welcome, man.
Yeah. And when we were talking about this $1 million business or million, I want to touch specific to the $1 million offers. Everyone talks about it. What's your definition of it? How do you define that $1 million offer?
Because I've built so many of them, so I have my own definition. But it's essentially solving a need in the marketplace that you can get paid a premium price for. So
Mm.
it's like, how do you make $1 million? You could go and get $100, $500 customers, or you could just focus on 100 clients. That's it. 100 clients, great offer, $10,000 a pop. That's $1 million,
Wow,
right?
that's
And then
simple.
ask yourself, what's the problem that you're solving for $10,000?
Yeah.
And are there 100? Is there 1,000? Is there 10,000 people that have the capability to pay you? Are they easy to reach? Which
Hmm.
means, are they on social media? Can you spend some money on ads? Can you post on social media? Can you attract them? Yes. And are they already in a buying state? Like, do they have a huge need, a problem that they're willing to pay to solve? Right. And if you think about most business opportunity offers, they fit that. They fit.
Mm.
It's easy to reach people because everyone wants to make more money. There's a segment of those people that they are qualified, they're pre-sold, they know about funnels, they're ready to spend 5, 10, $20,000, and they're easy to reach because you can access them through social media. So I
Mm.
go through this niche test. Anytime I want to come up with an offer, I always think of that. And I think of, okay, you know what? This is who the people that are struggling at 6 to 7 figures or high 6 figures, and they want a coach, a mentor. Okay, then they'll be a right fit for my coaching program. And I have a coaching program called the 8 Figure Mentorship Program, and it's all about how do you scale from 6 to 7 figures to the next level profitably and without sacrificing your soul.
That is important.
Yeah. And today we've had like 250 people go through that program.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So
I
that
think I saw
became,
that on your Wealth Academy. Is that the one on the Elite Wealth?
yeah, Chic Mastermind.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. Elite Inner Circle. We changed the names a few times, but yeah, that's my main Inner Circle program. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm gonna definitely look into that. There's an interesting question popping in my mind is like how to when we are talking about scaling and all that stuff, how to scale without losing sanity. How do you answer that? This is
You have to
important.
focus on the 80/20. You have to focus on what brings the majority of the results from the least amount of effort.
Hmm.
Okay. And so you have to identify what are the actionable steps and what are the activities, the very few activities. So for me in my business, it's coming up with new ideas, it's creating selling mechanisms, whether it's webinars, presentations, and then it's hiring people. So if I can do those three things, those are my $10,000 per hour activities. Spending time on social media is like $100 per hour activity. So you want to focus your time and energy on the things that really move the needle. And as you're doing this each day, you can optimize. Okay, you know what? This is what I did yesterday. This is how much money it got me. And I have when someone comes in and they become a client of mine, one of the things that we do is we do an inventory of what are your $100 per hour activities, your $10 per hour activities, your $1,000 per hour activities, and then your $10,000 per hour activities. If you can remove
Hmm.
yourself from that, the low end. So, for example, like I rarely ever check my emails. I don't check my inboxes, my messages. Um, I try not to do any meetings whatsoever. When I have a phone call, it's usually on Mondays and Tuesdays, and that's it. No other days. I don't like to do phone calls on any other days. My client calls, the people that pay, say, 20,000, 50,000, even $100,000, they're all scheduled either on Mondays or Tuesdays. So then the rest of the time, I have some freedom to do what I want to do, what I want to create. But Mondays and Tuesdays are my 2 days that's very tight packed. So like every hour, and we're on top of the hour, so I need to go for my next call. But I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And I'll spend my time focusing on learning from the people that can add the most amount of value, or I can add the most amount of value for them. So this way my time gets leveraged. And as I do that, it takes me out from working in the business to working on the business.
Oh, that's brilliant. One of the diamond nugget you dropped right there. I'm gonna pick it
Yeah,
up. I'm gonna rewatch it. That's amazing, man. What's the
absolutely.
one piece of advice you want to share with our listeners before we pack this up?
It would probably be to scale your business wherever you're at. Maybe you're trying to make your first 6 figures or your 7 figures or your 8 figures or whatever the case is. Do an inventory of where you spend your time and ask yourself,
Mhm.
if I spend this much time input, what's the output that I'm getting? And is that
Mhm.
output worthwhile? And then the next day you can ask yourself, knowing what I know now, would I do this again? And if you can
Mhm.
just ask yourself these simple little questions, it's going to reframe your mind and your thinking as to where to put your focus and your energy on.
Lovely. That's important. I'm gonna do that activity right after this call.
Do it, man. Do it.
I'm gonna do it. Where can listeners find more about you, man? And
I'm
we'll wrap this
simple,
up
easy, funnels.com, or
right there.
find me on my YouTube channel. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate
Absolutely.
you, Sahil.
Thank you,
And
man.
absolutely. And I'll catch
It
up
was
with you
awesome.
soon.